This video ended up being a little longer than I would have liked, so I created chapters that you can skip to, and I'm going to give you a too long didn't read up front. Number one, my time has become very limited, and that's why I have not been as active, but I remain extremely motivated to make content. Number two, I want to build this community and created a Discord server, and we'll start being active on Twitter. You should join us on both platforms. Number three, I've updated the brand, and you'll be seeing a new intro and graphics. Number four, I'm going to start focusing on channel growth. Number 5, I'd like to monetize the channel and would love your support. And number 6, cool new stuff coming ahead. It seems like every time I make an update video, I spend most of the time apologizing for not being as active as I once was, and it brings me some guilt, admittedly. I've spent some time thinking about it and realized that the reason I haven't been as active these last few years is not because I've lost interest in Renaissance gaming or recording games, and it's certainly not because I've become lazy. I realize that I'm just overthinking it, and the answer is extremely simple. It's because I've become too busy in other areas of my life and have way more responsibilities compared to the golden age of Renaissance gaming. For example, in 2016, I actually logged my hours whenever I was working on Renaissance gaming, and I spent 806 hours on it. That's an average of 17.1 hours per week, or 2.3 hours per day without any vacation. That's a part-time job. I even made a PowerPoint presentation at the end of that year that I never got around to uploading. But you can see that in that year I uploaded 428 videos, which is obviously more than daily, so that's great. I had also uploaded 11 different games, which is a far cry from now, where it's mostly Lord of the Rings Online and maybe another game if I have some extra time. And looking back on those 2016 numbers, it gives me great pride that I was able to be so dedicated and work so hard on the channel. But it also makes me sad that I've fallen way below that zenith. However, that being said, I do want to storm into 2023 with renewed vigor. I want to mark a renaissance of Renaissance gaming. My real life situation has changed a lot every year since 2016, but I think I'm now in a much more stable situation where I should be able to commit a lot more time to the channel, and here's what I'm committing to. Number 1, content. This whole thing is about content, so I'm prioritizing recording, editing, uploading on a regular and consistent basis. The goal is to upload one video every day this year. Lord of the Rings Online will be 3 times per week, and other games will be 4 times per week. So this is a shift because for the last few years, this has been almost exclusively a Lord of the Rings Online channel. But for this year, I'm hoping to make it about 43% Lord of the Rings Online and 57% other games. So the first video of the year will be going up later today to start things off. Number 2, community. This is one that I'm really excited about. With over 4,000 subscribers, Renaissance Gaming has really grown into a community, and I love reading the comments and the way people interact with my content. I think it's time to expand this thing from simply a YouTube channel with videos to an awesome community of friends and gamers. So it's my pleasure to announce that I have been working really hard on a Discord server where we can all hang out and chat. My wish is that over time, all of you are in there making new friends and having a great time. But it may be a slow start since our community is still small, so to encourage it to start up, I've created a special server role for the first 14 people to join. This is going to be the Valar role, which is based on the 14 Valar in the Lord of the Rings. So these were primordial beings that helped to create and order the world in the lore of Middle-earth and Tolkien's world. For those of you who are unfamiliar with it, that's what that is. So hopefully that's a fun incentive for people to start joining up. So I do hope you join and that you have a good time. There are lots of cool features in there, including a game. Check out the welcome channel for a full explanation of all the server features. And also please follow me on Twitter. I'd like to build a following there as well. And I'm going to be using it to share some gaming news, work in progress for the channel, maybe some personal things too. I don't know, it feels weird for me to use it when I have no followers. So go give it a follow. All links for everything I'm talking about in this video are going to be in the description. Number 3, to launch this new era of Renaissance Gaming, I'm updating the branding. Some of you will be happy and some of you will be sad, but this was the last time that you saw the classic intro to my videos. It's been redone. And so I first started designing the branding way back in 2013, and it went through some really weird and bad prototypes, but eventually I landed on the classic gaming monk that you've hopefully come to love. However, I thought that it was time for a facelift. I kept some of the basic premises and ideas of the original, but brought it closer to something I initially envisioned. And who knows, maybe the classic monk will make his cameos from time to time. And if you stick around until the end of the video, I'll show off a preview of the old intro transitioning into the new one. This is actually the reason I haven't uploaded for a while. I have a lot of stuff recorded that I haven't gotten around to editing yet because I was waiting to finish the new intro and a new outro as well. Number 4, growth. This channel has always been a personal hobby for me, and I rarely thought about growth. My goal was always to record what I like the way I like it, and if growth happens, that's great. If not, I keep doing things my own way. That's not going to change. However, there's no reason I can't optimize what I'm already doing to encourage growth. I think a lot of this will be happening behind the scenes without you even noticing, so it's gonna happen in me trying to optimize my visibility through the YouTube algorithm. So this year, I'm going to be updating the descriptions and titles and tags of my 1,000+ videos and hopefully get them a little bit more exposure. I'm also going to be working on promoting my playthroughs on other platforms and networking with developers, other creators. Obviously, the main thing for growth is content, and that's what I'll be focusing on the most, like I've mentioned previously. You guys can also help with growth by interacting with my content, liking the videos, commenting, sharing, etc. I always hated the idea of asking people to like, comment, and subscribe because I always felt like people don't need to be told or asked. If they want to, they will. However, I've actually looked at a lot of evidence and data that just asking people to do those things makes a big difference. So I might start asking. This will be our gentleman's agreement. I work really hard on the videos, and all I ask in return is that you enjoy it and click the like button. I appreciate all the support. Number 5, monetization. It also always felt really weird to me to try and monetize a hobby. However, my opinion on this has changed as my time has become way more limited. I've noticed how much work and time I put into making content at the expense of many other things in my life. It would certainly be nice to have some compensation for it. I've mentioned it before, but I actually lose money. I pay a monthly subscription fee to Adobe to be able to use all the software necessary for creating content, and I also pay for my website, for hardware, for equipment, etc. Every year, I lose money doing this. I'm very lucky that I'm now working as an independent consultant, so my main income is tied to how many hours I choose to work. So if I start making some money on this channel, I can spend less time on my current job and more time making content. If you'd like to support the channel, I've made it as easy as possible with a lot of different ways to do it. First, you can send a super here on YouTube, or you can also become a channel member. Channel members get a few cool things like the Renaissance Gaming icon next to their name in the comments, and also the ability to use emotes in the comments. So for right now, the emotes are N64, PS1, and Xbox logos, and the Lord of the Rings Online ring, and the little avatar that you get is the classic monk, so that's the way he'll keep his appearance, I guess. Members also get a special Discord role. Next, you can support me on Patreon, or you can donate on PayPal. Patreons will also get a special Discord role. And finally, you can even donate with cryptocurrency. I set up an Ethereum and Bitcoin wallets that you can send to. All links are in the description like I mentioned, but I just want to stress something. I don't expect a single thing from any of you, but certainly do appreciate any generosity that comes my way. Number 6, the website is in desperate need of an update. I designed and coded the whole thing by myself, but I am a self-taught hobbyist, so there are several things that are broken. Like the branding, the website also went through phases. Here's a really early version from 2013 that doesn't even work anymore since I built it using Flash. And I think that was back when it was owned by Macromedia. It's like a piece of internet history. You can see the broken Flash thing here in the corner. The main problem with the current website is that the time I made it, I exported all the images in super high quality so the site can have long load times. It's just not very well optimized and it can look a little weird depending on the screen resolution. The contact page has also been broken for way too long, and God only knows how many people try to use it and I never got the message. The other thing is the Lord of the Rings Online completionist checklist. As this thing has grown, it has become a bit of a mess and it feels extremely disorganized to me. Finally, the site itself is a pain to update on my end, and that has led me to neglect it and either take way too long to update it or not update it at all. So throughout the year, I'm going to be working on a new site. I've gotten better at HTML and CSS, and I'm learning some JavaScript, and I'd like to put those skills to the test by taking this on as a project. So my goals will be to simplify the website with an attractive design, have it contain more relevant and interactive content to give people a reason to go to it, make it completely functional and responsive on all screen sizes, and create a process that makes it easy for me on the back end to auto-update it. And finally, I do want to completely redesign the Lord of the Rings Online completionist checklist so it's more organized and easier to go through. So this is going to be a long and slow process, but I hope to complete it at some point this year. Number 7, I have some really cool ideas that I'm in the very early stages of exploring, so I don't think I'm ready to say anything yet because I always have these wild ideas that I end up not executing on, so I'd hate to get people excited for something and then it turn out to be nothing. But I do want to share that Renaissance Gaming has some other things going on in the background that are very exciting, and I'll tease that one of these ideas involves new types of content and the other is a really wild idea that I have to make engaging with my channel a much more fun and interactive experience besides just watching videos. So we'll see if I can get these ideas off the ground. And I think that's it. As always, I am eternally grateful to each and every one of you who watch and support the channel. It's really humbling and a very cool experience reading the comments about how my videos brought joy to someone's day. I also can't thank you all enough for the loyalty you've shown by sticking around and always coming back even when I disappear for a few months. I'm hoping to have consistent uploading this year, and I'm excited about the Discord server so we can stay in touch more easily and personally. Thanks again, and as a reward for making it to the end, here's a sneak peek at the new intro.